Today was what we call the Oktoberfest Marketplace, and it's part of Abington Celebrates weekend here in Abington. So the marketplace consisted of vendors who were over in the parish hall selling their goods, as well as raffles right here in our sanctuary. Downstairs in the church, our thrift shop was open, and we had actually what we called a thrift shop annex, which had all sorts of Christmas decorations down there, and as well we had a lunchroom so you could grab a bite to eat for lunch.
What were you selling here today?
All kinds of crafts. My craft trees, I collect things on the beach, and everything I collect on the beach, I use in my crafts.
Okay, how did you find out about this?
My sister-in-law works in a thrift store here. It's a beautiful place, and she invited me to come.
How was the traffic today?
Oh, the traffic inside here wasn't bad at all.
So you actually did fairly well?
I did fairly well, yes I did.
Okay, thank you very much. What was the garden club having for sale in here today?
We actually didn't have for sale items. We are looking to boost our membership, so we talked about the kinds of things we do in our programs. We also were looking for feedback on the wreath we have that we like to call the Abington Garden Club wreath, and seeing if there is interest in the town in expanding our wreath sales December 4th.
Okay. What will the wreaths be used for, or the proceeds from the sale?
The proceeds from our sale of wreaths, along with our baskets, are used to support the butterfly park that is over on Central Street down from the police station.
Okay. How was the business at the table today?
I thought the business at the table was interesting. We have people into organic gardening, and they're thinking of looking at being able to join our club. We had people interested in wildflowers and people interested in when our sale is for our winter greens, which will be here December 4th.
Why don't you just tell people when your meetings are, too, so they can maybe drop in if they missed the thing today?
Our meetings are the third Monday in each month, with the exception of January. We have board meetings the second Tuesday. We have meetings that are open to the public with a reservation. And for $5, you can come in and get lunch when you join one of our meetings.
And where do you meet?
We meet right here at the UCC Church.
Lighter winter scene donated by Bob Valancourt. Standing behind me holding the trash bag.
Let's get the next four. It's been busy.
Lucky number 13. Lucky number 13. Nancy Marston.
The raffle that you were doing in here,
Yes.
where were you planning on using the funding from that?
So that will go to the church in general, and it will help us to support the many ministries that we lead here. We do a lot of ministries in the category of what we call caring for our community. So anything we do to help support the businesses in town. We do a lot of work with Mainspring House over in Brockton, St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry. Anything that we do here to support our local organizations is what the money raised in the raffle will help with.
Okay, any other events coming up for the church?
Well, we've had to, like everybody in the world, take things kind of slow and cautiously due to the ongoing nature of the pandemic. So typically in November we have a turkey supper, but unfortunately that's been canceled for this year. So we will gear up for some Christmas events. We'll once again be a part of Abington Celebrates Christmas at the Grove this year. And then just look forward to 2022 when hopefully we'll be able to do more and more here in the church.
Going to ticket number 83. 83 is Erica. I can't read her last name. Yeah, it looks like, yep.
Yeah, it's still going.
Yep. All right.
Go ahead and run it first.
There you go. You're welcome.
This guy right here just made it.
All right, next one is an olive oil basket.
Right? Thank you.
And the batteries are
And the olive oil basket is going to ticket number 50. Ticket number 50 is Peggy Keating. Peggy Keating. Next one we have are books and a Dunkin' Donut gift card donated by Beth Godfrey. That is going to ticket number 37. 37 is Sue Medeiros. Sue is making a killing here today. Doing all her Christmas shopping. Sue, you got all these books. And the gift card. The next one we have is a homemade Afghan donated by my mother, Jean Coburn. And that is going to ticket number 57. 57, Gail Robinson. Number 57. The next raffle we have is bracelets by design, donated by Nancy Doherty, and that is going to number 37. Sue Medeiros, so should have that one memorized, like number 40 is Walter Cunningham.
This is the Sam Dyer room in the Dyer Memorial Library and Archives. And this is our changing exhibit room. Every so often, we go through our collections, find interesting things, and this particular exhibit is all about the Abington, Rockland, Whitman fire departments, going back to the days where instead of hoses, they used buckets with water, sand to put out fires, and these were all part of the Abington, Rockland, Whitman fire departments through the years. We have clothing, we have helmets, we have lanterns, we have fire horns. It's really a fabulous exhibit, and the public is welcome to come view this by appointment. Just get in touch with the Dyer and you can come on up and see the history of the fire departments of the three towns here at the Dyer. Okay, one of the exhibits we have here today for Abington Celebrates is Abington, Rockland, and Whitman police paraphernalia. Things you don't want to run into. But we also have old handcuffs. I think these are from the late 1800s. And then a pair of handcuffs even earlier than that. And these don't look like they'd be super comfortable. We have badges from police through the years. Buttons from uniforms. Photographs of policemen in their uniform. And Abington Police played a vital role in the North Abington riot. And here's all information about that, including a pamphlet written by Bill Coughlin that tells the story of the riot. Prior to the police station on Center Ave, there were other police stations, but we had a lockup on Lake Street, and these are the keys that got you in and out of the lockup, hopefully out. The Dyer also has a number of clothing articles in our collection. This one here was part of Alice Benner Shields' trousseau. Women who got married in the probably till the mid-1900s had what was called a trousseau, a trunk of clothes that they brought with them to their marriage. And this is a handmade white robe that Alice had for her 1875 wedding. This is the World War I uniform, including the buttons on the bottom here, of Warren B. Woodard of Rockland. His son went on to start a insurance company. Everybody knew Warren pretty well. A beautiful silk dress. And really, this is just a small portion of what we have at the Dyer. And over here, our somewhat Civil War, but GAR exhibit. This is the Whitman GAR book. It's the second time it's been to the Dyer. The Abington GAR book is out being refurbished, fixed up. They're beautiful books with the story, handwritten, of each person from that town who fought in the Civil War. Abington has a very similar book, again, out being refurbished. And if you want to contribute to help pay for the refurbishment of the Abington GAR book, just get in touch with the Dyer and you can help us out. We're trying to save these personal sketches of the soldiers. Medals, Civil War medals. After the Civil War, some people fell on hard times. They needed help. This is government help days. So the GAR and their women auxiliary often gave money to Civil War veterans and or their families, their widows after they passed away, just to help them get through. Okay, so throughout the 1940s, 50s, and into the 1970s, Coca-Cola sponsored high school football programs, including this one from 1944. And here you see the Coca-Cola ads with the rosters for Abington and Rockland. Aside from just being informative and fun to watch, they're beautiful pictures. Again, another war year one. A flyer. And as everybody knows, football is very important to the old towns of Abington, Rockland, and Whitman. This picture here is of a 1971 Rockland High School graduate, Brian Duffy. Brian went on to become an astronaut, and he was in at least 3 or 4 space missions, shuttles, and he was kind enough to donate a lot of the patches of the shuttles that he was on. Let's see. Oh, over here, another football thing. Abington loves its old town. This is a trophy of sorts that was presented to a man named Edmund Wright. He was dedicated Mr. Old Town in 1937, although we here at the Dyer haven't been able to find out exactly why. We think it might be done a little bit tongue-in-cheek because the trophy reads the most handsome, most popular, most helpful person, and it's really not super heavy, so it may have just been given as a joke. You can still see the pencil lines that were put on here to help the lettering. But Edmund Wright was associated with Old Town teams because we have a photo of him here as one of the coaches of the, I think this is the 1937 team. We have a lot of Old Town memorabilia, including pictures, and what's great are these Old Town sweaters that were awarded to players at the end of each season. We have Frank Makowitz, as people will know his name. He was a tree warden and moth superintendent here in Abington for a long time. Oh, this picture is kind of interesting. Old Towners who went to the football games always talk about being on Whiskey Hill, which is gone now. But this is Whiskey Hill. It was a hill behind the field, and you can't see it too well, but there have to be at least 50 or 60 people standing on Whiskey Hill watching the game. One of the Dyer's prized possessions are its yearbooks. We have yearbooks from Abington, Rockland, Whitman. We're hoping that the Abington yearbooks will, hopefully by 2021, be online and people will be able to access the information in them. Speaking of yearbooks, if you happen to have one around your house and you're no longer looking through it on a daily basis, bring it on up to the Dyer. Sorry, we're hoping they'll be online in 2022. COVID has got the years mixed up. But we have a nice collection of yearbooks from all three towns, but we could always use more. And we're waiting on the 2021 Abington one. That should be here soon. We also have a lovely collection of maps of the three towns. So if you're ever wondering if your house is located on one of the older maps, you can come on in and look. They're just fun to look through, and they're also really kind of nice pieces of art. New to the Dyer, puzzles of postcards of scenes from the Old Town. Those will just be fun. Another fun thing we have is postcards. We have boxes and boxes and boxes of postcards. This particular display are our holiday postcards, and it's just a fraction of what we have. These are fun too. This one might be my favorite. This is a Valentine's Day postcard, and we have yet to figure out the symbolism of the fish. I get the heart and the arrow, but not sure about the fish. You'll have to look that one up. One of the main reasons why people come up to the Dyer is to do genealogy. This is the genealogy of the Dyer family. That is the family whose money started this place and continues to run the Dyer Memorial Library and Archive. So if you're interested in genealogy, you can come on up to the Dyer. We have books. We have boxes of information where other people did their genealogy and someone in your family might be there. And we also have a little computer room with 2 computers, and you can come up here and use Ancestry, Family Research, and a number of other genealogy programs that will help you do your research. We also have obituaries, hundreds of obituaries, and as anyone who's into genealogy knows, obituaries give you a lot of information. And this particular bookshelf over here, these are vital records from almost every town in Massachusetts. Again, a real source of information for genealogists.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Christian with Abington Celebrates, and we had a great day here at Island Grove. We had Pumpkin Point and movie night. We started off, you can see some of the entries that folks have dropped off throughout the day, and across the water here we've had Not So Scary Woods, which was packed. It was absolutely packed. They had all kinds of activities. It was hosted by the Abington Lions. They had the Touch-A-Truck, Joe's Crazy Critters, face painting, lots of food, the Abington Police, the Bubble Barge, Cake Connections, all kinds of fun and all kinds of activities for kids of all ages. And it's so great to have everyone back together after a year and a half of just being apart, and just to see everybody here together again is just such a wonderful feeling, and it looks like everyone had a really great time.
here to the not so scary woods. There's plenty of things to do out there. Be sure to see all the vendors. We have vendors that would really like to have you come visit them.
Okay, can you tell me what the Sheriff's Department is doing here at the Not So Scary Woods today?
Sure, we're doing identification cards for the kids. Basically, it looks like a little driver's license and has a fingerprint on the back of it, and it's for identification in case they get lost. So, plus we give out the badges as well. So the kids kind of get a kick out of that. So.
swearing in new officers today with us, huh?
Exactly, yeah. We need the help, yeah.
Doug Holwick. I am the event coordinator for the ad hoc committee known as Abington Celebrates. We do 3 primary events every year, and we are at our second event of the year, which is Oktoberfest. And we always hold it the weekend after Columbus Day weekend. And we have been blessed today and yesterday. Yesterday we had the Not So Scary Woods at Island Grove and the Pumpkin Point Pumpkin Contest. And we've been blessed with great weather both days and record turnouts. These are our first public gatherings since COVID regulations have eased up a bit, and we are overwhelmed at the response. It's been quite wonderful. We've had so many people participating, and and it's just a sign of what we can do as a town coming together. Our events are free and open to the public. People pay for food and drink and such, but generally it's free and open for the townspeople to come and enjoy.
This table setup going on here, and why are you here at Oktoberfest?
So we're Joe's Crazy Critters. We're actually a company from Abington that my older brother and I started up when we were younger. And we do educational animal shows with exotic pets and stuff like that for schools, birthday parties, fundraisers, all sorts of events. So really just out here to teach the kids about the different animals and let them interact with them.
Yeah, I can see that a lot of that white snake in particular.
Yeah, he's a fan favorite.
So, what is this animal that you're holding in your hands right now?
So this guy is Snickers. He's a reticulated python. So these guys are a large python species from Southeast Asia, Indonesia area. And so this guy is about probably around 6 or 7 years old. We're not really sure. So we get these guys. He came in as a rescue to us. And so he's about 10 feet long probably right now. And he'll get to be about 20 feet, 25 feet is around their average length, yeah.
Now, of all the animals that are here, which one do you think you like the most?
My favorite here, I like the Leachie's gecko. He's always a favorite of mine. They're a lot of fun. They get a good personality to them, so.
And I guess, how many other events in Abington have you guys been to in the past? Like, are you guys...
A lot. So pretty much any event going on in Abington we're trying to get out to. And so we do like the Coombs race, which just had its last year this year. We were at the Not So Scary Woods last night. We'll be here today. And we do pretty much every year we do all of these events. A lot of the Abington like Pride Days and all that stuff as well.
Tell me about your booth here and what you're doing here at Oktoberfest.
We just try to take part in everything, and Christy Combs is unbelievable what she does for the town. If it wasn't for her, this wouldn't be here. And she gets always wonderful volunteers to come, and kids and everything. It's just a wonderful time. We're so lucky we live in Abington.
We are. Abington is the best.
Yep.
And we're here. This is the old Coop. Ask a question and we'll give you an answer. It might be wrong, but it's free.